Do you want to fear for your life as a giant creature rushes towards you? Do you want to take a monster skin and put it on you as armor?
Oh yeah.
Well, do I have the game for you? Monster Hunter Wilds. Hello again, welcome to another Tired Sandwich First Thoughts. Today we are doing Monster Hunter Wilds. So let's get going. Monster Hunter Wilds is a continuation of the Monster Hunter series, but in the new style of what Capcom did with Monster Hunter Worlds. And with a peak of 1,818,773 players on Steam, it seems to be blowing up and well liked by most. Wilds, in a lot of ways, is like Worlds, though, with a few tweaks and upgrades to the system. Is Wilds a perfect game at the get-go? No. It definitely has its own issues with bugs and not being as well optimized as some would like. But is it fun as hell? The answer is a big yes. You start your adventure as a hunter, a character you create and give voice to as they are assigned to the Forbidden Lands to seek a lost village with a boy named Nada. You either like him or you don't. Personally, I think he's a good character. I like all the characters so far in the game. There's a whole cast of lovable characters, unlike in World where the handler in charge of your hunts was annoying to most people. Personally, I really liked her, but a lot of people don't, because she constantly got into trouble in which you had to save her. The new handler stays in the back, giving you insight into what they think of the monsters and you and other companions. The journey will see you through the Forbidden Lands, finding lost people and fighting epic monsters that will have you running towards or away from them. You will have multiple base camps that you will run out of, unlike in Monster Hunter Worlds when there was just a hub. These camps are much smaller and more tight-knit, since you are a smaller expedition in a land unknown. There are multiple teams with you. The main of your team is Nada, the boy who you are a guardian of, in which the whole adventure is taking place. Gemma, the skilled blacksmith, who will make all your weapons. Alma, as I said before, who is your handler and companion through the Forbidden Lands. Olivia, a veteran hunter who is also assigned to keep Nada safe. Eric, a botanist who has a knack for getting into trouble out of curiosity. And Warner, uh, what is there to say about Warner? He's Warner. All these companions come together on this journey through the Forbidden Lands. Like most monster hunters, you will have an array of weapons to choose from, but this time, they ask you some questions to see what kind of style works best for you, the character. Are you more of a guts character running in with a big slow sword with massive power? Do you want to go in jumping around shooting insects at it? Do you want to become a demon in human form with dual daggers singing death in a monster's ear? Or, my favorite, do you want to just boink them in the head and make them fall over with a giant hammer? All these styles and more wait for you in Monster Hunter. The Wilds is a beautiful and breathtaking place, and you can explore all of it. Much like Monster Hunter Rise, but not World, you get a mount to ride, and this experience I feel makes all the difference. You no longer have to run around to find a monster, but just hop on and your mount will take you to the fight. Sometimes this can go wrong though. It takes time, or the monster changes directions, but overall, I love this new mount they added. Now, I understand for old Monster Hunter players, this may not be the experience you want. The old games were a little bit harder and a little bit more difficult. Sometimes the game comes off a little less, especially early on. Don't let that fool you. Much like all Monster Hunter monsters, just kidding. Much like all Monster Hunters, the deeper you go, the more menace you will find. I really think if you like Monster Hunter World or any of the old Monster Hunters, give this a try. It implements some new stuff like camping on the go, and you do your own cooking. Freaking Capcom. Give me back my Palico Cooks! I want my Palico Cooks! Give them back. Give them back to me. You shouldn't have taken them away. Give me back my freaking Palico Cooks. Altogether, the game is shaping up to be so much fun, and I cannot wait to see what shenanigans I can get into with my buddies after the main story. If you played a Monster Hunter, then you all know the game doesn't start until the story is over. The Fashion Hunter begins, as all of us run to get what armor and weapons we think is the best for our character. So, if you're new, give this game a try. You can play solo or with friends, fight impossible monsters, and see beautiful sights while following this new story in the Monster Hunter series. Thank you Capcom for making these. I've loved them since Monster Hunter Freedom on the PSP, and will keep loving them till I am old and gray. So give Monster Hunter Wilds a try, and come on, let's go on an adventure. Come on. Let's go on an adventure. Let's go on an adventure. Let's go on an adventure.